Hey, Lindsay. So I'm going to go ahead and give you your weekly update using our new software. So I'll be able to communicate some of the things I want to say a little bit better, and we can go ahead and go over your programming together. Now, unfortunately, we would go over videos in this formatting, but at the same time, the last three videos you attached to OneDrive actually didn't download all the way. I can see the beginning picture, but when I go to play them, the content cannot be played. So there's a few things we can do. You can either just email them on to me, and I can have a look at them through that, or we could also just try to repost them, and maybe it was just a syncing error on your part. But either way, no big deal. Let's just try to get those to me when you can. So I definitely want to see your squat and bench videos from the previous week. Let's go ahead and look towards programming. All right, so as you can see here, switching things up in a big way, moving on to a 4-rep microcycle and or 4-rep cycle, and we are adding in a lot of new accessories. So for Monday, pin squats is one of the new ones we've added. We're going to set the pins to 90 degrees in your squat. It's going to be a really challenging one. Now, a lot of the changes that I've actually made are going to cater to the fact that you have an injury. We're going to go ahead and veer away from conventional deadlifts for at least the time being, and we're going to do a 2-time a week sumo deadlift frequency, one of those times being in a mechanically advantaged position on going to be an intermediate sumo deadlift. So you'll be lifting it off of blocks, it'll reduce range of motion, and you'll be able to get much more upright before you actually go to deadlift it. So kind of the goal of a few of these accessories is to reduce the amount of tension we put on your back, considering the fact that you were injured Sunday in the car crash, which, by the way, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and go with that to make sure that that doesn't continue on to when we get closer to the meet. And just let me know if you have any issues with that whatsoever. We might add back in conventional at some point, but again, because sumo is your stronger lift, it may be a good idea to continue on with the 2-time week frequency. Going back to training, bam. Sumo deadlifts, as you can see, we're going to do a 2-count pause, 1 inch off the ground for 3 sets of 4. We're doing a heavier double here, barbell bento row, lat pull down, bicep curls, all those you should know. Just to talk about the pause with the sumo deadlift. The reason we're pausing 1 inch off the ground for a 2-count is for a very specific reason. That actually helps us to get better at building tension and feeling the tension throughout our body as we ascend in the hole. Ideally, building tension, when we actually build all of our tension, put ourselves in a position to actually deadlift, it's actually about at the point you're going to be pausing at. So it kind of tells your body how it should feel and where it should be after you're done building tension. So it's going to help greatly with your 1 rep or your first setup for the first rep. This accessory will. So again, full 2-count pause, just 1 inch off the ground. And then by the time you are done with that pause, we're not going straight back up. Instead, we're going to slowly go down, touch the ground, and come up. But when I say touch the ground, we're not letting the ground feel all of the weight. We're just touching it and come back off. All the tension should stay within your body, and that's how it's going to be throughout the 2 reps. So going back to training, bench. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and add in pin presses. We're switching around the days a little bit there. Pin press, 2 sets of 3, and I'm going to add in a indicator on where the pins should be set there. We're going to add in quadruped rows, awesome core exercise. Really excited to set you off with that. That actually should help with the rehab of your back as well. Making chest flies a little harder, doing some tempo, 4-count eccentric. That's going to be a good one. And Friday, again, we're taking out conventional, putting in another day of sumo with a 3 to 4 inch intermediate. We're also switching our transformer bar setting to a 2B. It should help you stay nice and upright. It's going to be very similar to a back squat setting. Seated row, quad extensions, ab rollout. What this means here, AMRAP with 3 reps in reserve. That means as many reps as possible with 3 reps in reserve. So when you get to a point where you feel like you can only do 3 more reps, that's when you stop. Which is why we don't have an actual reps there, because it's probably going to be very different to you on any given day and starting off with. So with the Friday, some of the changes that we made with the sumo deadlift, just going ahead and put mats, blocks, whatever's convenient for you under the load. About 4 inches, I'd say, would be a good height, and that'll put you in a much more advantageous upright position to deadlift and hit your second day of frequency. Setting 2B, I think you'll be able to, actually I know you'll be able to load a lot heavier. It's going to have a lot more carryover to the actual squat, and you should be able to stay fairly upright while doing it. So again, all these accessories are kind of based on we took a lot of the ones that have been working really good for you in the past month. And usually when I make my list of accessories that you've gone up with, or lifts you've gone up with week to week. Usually there's anywhere from 3 to 4 for a client that have gone really, really well. We take out the ones that didn't go well. Well, for you, just about every single one went really, really well. So had a lot to choose from. We kept most everything just because it's working so stinking well. We're just going ahead and making some tweaks and changes to cater to the back injury and to further obviously gain strength and continue to progress. But yeah, if you have any questions for me whatsoever, let me know. Let's try to send those videos to me whenever you can, either through email or trying to repost them. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions on new accessories.